Hi everyone, it is me, Sailor Saturn, Sailor Ringworld Ataru here, and today we're going to talk about are the Power Rangers or the Might Keepers like us? Now, at first, someone might say, oh, well, they're not. They're going to say, oh, Power Rangers or Might Keepers is a live show that's been going on for at least 30 years. And that Sailor Moon is a drawing show, which was offshooted from a funny book of the same name, which went on to offshoot plays and song shows, which had a live show, and film games and whatever. Well, at first that would be true, that you would be right, saying they're two unlike things. Now, both of them, both the things that the Might Keepers and us have that are the same is we shapeshift. Yeah, we both shapeshift. They maybe call it unlike things, but shapeshifting is what we both do. Their shapeshifting is the same as ours, all right? Maybe they might call their tools something else, but the shapeshifting's the same. Now, there is a big unlikeness between us and the Might Keepers is they gone on to have at least 30 followings over 30 years, that they were owned between Siobhan and Disney and Siobhan and Hasbro for at least those 30 years or so. And we have been, I guess, half owned by Toei since, I guess, never been owned by anyone else. Now, it's true that there's one big unlikeness between the Might Keepers and us, is that when they beat a fiend, the fiend isn't dead. You would think it's been beaten or killed or whatever. It's not. And the fiend grows. And then they have to get into a fighting tool. The name may shift from show to show. And fight the fiend. Most of the time with a sword, sometimes without a sword. And beat the fiend, and that's it. And Sailor Moon, once the fiend is beaten, the fiend is beaten. There is no there's no two-with match where the fiend grows big. Now I know someone is going to bring up, they're going to bring up, oh, what about when Queen Beryl and Queen Metallia became one? Yeah, that was rare. But then again, that was the main head, the main big bad, Or when the Wise Man, also known as the Doom Ghost, shifted Emerald into a Lindworm, and then she was beaten. But yeah, that was rare, because most of the time that didn't happen in Sailor Moon. Now, both shows are offshooted from one another. It's true, and I don't know if it's true or not, because what you read on the interweb isn't always true, that Nako Takaguchi, or how you say her name, at one time, if it's true or not, it could be all made up, is that she was into Overteam or Overshift or whatever the English word would be for that show. And that may have given her thought to come up with Sailor Moon or whatever, Sailor V, then later on Sailor Moon, I don't know. And it need be not true. And Might Keepers was borrowed and offshooted from Overteam or Overshift with Han Siobhan, So, yeah. Now, I also want to say, are we the same? Because some folks will say, oh no, they're not the same. Well, they are. Another thing that might make us a little unlike is that there are both men and women Might Keepers. Something that Sailor Moon did not have. And there's all kinds of forgivenesses for why Sailor Moon did not have any men sailor fighters. Well, that's not true. The Sailor Starlights, Jordan, Dustin, and Julian, who come in following 5 Sailor Stars and even Stars, were men sailor fighters. Um. So yeah. Now, mostly with RRPM is where you get to the nearest, where it tends to offshoot or at least behave like Sailor Moon a little. But then again, these are tropes that many shows have. And keep in mind, these might have been the same tropes. Now, yeah, Tommy Oliver being kidnapped by Rita Repulsa and then brainwashed to be evil. Tommy Oliver, when he was the Green Keeper, and later on, even when he was the White Keeper, was either always helping Kimberly Hart or Catherine Hillland when Kimberly Hart was the first Pink Keeper, and then when Catherine Hartland became the two-with Pink Keeper. And then again, those might only be tropes, that all shows have, so you really can't say that they're the same thing. Just like how Darien got kidnapped and brainwashed by Queen Beryl, and how Darien as Tuxedo Mask or Evening Wear Hyde is either always helping Serena, Sakino, or Kembo out as Sailor Moon. Yeah, you could say those are tropes that both of the shows have, that almost all shows have, scapeable or not. That's your own business there. Anyway, a lot of shows also wonder, is it likely that one show offshooted from the other? And that would be hard. Now, at first it would be hard since Sailor Moon came out, the Drawling Show came out in between 92, while 1 year before the Might Keepers would come out, and between 93, while 1 year before that, 1 year after that. So it's kind of hard to offshoot from something if you came out two with. But my belief is that Might Keepers was offshooting from Overteam or Overshift with the tropes that were being done on that show. And yes, Sailor Moon may have borrowed, or at least may have gotten a thought from Overteam or Overshift with what was going on that show with the same tropes there. It is hard to know. It's hard to know. But at the end of the day, both shows are the same. They do got things that are not the same, but they got a hell lot of things that are the same between them. So, anyway, that's the film. Give it a like, share and playlist it, and I'll see you later.